Hey guys! So in today's video, I want to talk about some of the controversies and things that are going on currently in the beauty YouTube industry. And before I get into anything, I just want to say that I'm not doing this to be a gossip channel or spill the tea on anyone or anything like that. I just thought that this would be a good video to make like my comeback on YouTube, just to kind of express my thoughts, let people know where my channel is going and the whole premise of my channel, so that way you can see if you want to join me in this journey that is the YouTube world. With that being said, who am I? My name is Erica. I am a 27-year-old social worker. I live in Denver, Colorado. I've been here for about 2.5 years, and makeup has been a passion of mine since I was super little. I got my first purple nail polish when I was in like 3rd grade, and I was obsessed. And ever since then, it's been a problem. I actually still own the first lipstick I ever purchased myself. Collecting makeup became a real addiction for me when I was in graduate school. I worked at a restaurant where your appearance had to be spot on, and it kind of went out of control from there, and now I am who I am. The whole point of my channel is and has always been to be super raw, and I'm not saying that in a way as like cliche, like, oh, I want to be super authentic and raw, man, and like totally against like, I don't know, society standards and shit, but like in a way that's true. Always look at Instagram pictures and I see these girls with their makeup looking so smooth and beautiful. I'm like, how the fuck do you get your lips to be so smooth? Mine are wrinkly as fuck. And then I realized, like, Photoshop, bitch. I've always really just wanted to be that person that can show you can make your makeup look good, but you can still kind of suck at makeup a little bit, man. Yeah, you can have a lot of makeup and use none of it. Or you can have a good amount of makeup and use all of it and actually get purpose out of it. I never wanted to be someone that picked up a makeup product and was like, oh my god, I'm obsessed, I love it, I'm obsessed, can't get enough of it. Toss it aside and it's never mentioned in a video again. I very much believe in using the makeup that you have and being a smart consumer. I know the amount of makeup I own is disgusting and no one should own the amount that I have. I also believe too in trying new products, and not everything is going to work for you, but I do also believe very strongly in putting your honest opinion out there and just being real with your audience. I know I'm not anyone big on YouTube at all. I'm not even what you would call a micro influencer. If you want to know what that is, it's kind of like a indie version of a makeup influencer, which I guess we're going to get into the whole topic of the YouTube beauty industry influencer controversy bullshit that's going on right now. Let's break it down. Basically what's going on right now in the beauty industry is a bunch of major YouTube influencers are coming forth and having like my truth video, and they're bashing each other. They're going against people that were their friends. They're spilling the tea on the industry and all this other stuff. And I have my opinions on it. I think some of it is bullshit. And I think some of it has some like valid points to it. To me, influencers shouldn't have to put out these videos that says like, oh, these companies pay me to say this, or I get paid this amount of money, and it is thousands of fucking dollars to say this, this, and this about a product in a video. Because what I've always been against on my channel personally, and when I watch videos, I think about it and try to analyze it, is how authentic is this shit? Because I feel like so many people, where the fuck am I from? Staten Island? I feel like so many people in the beauty industry are puppets, for lack of a better word. I honestly haven't watched many YouTubers in probably the last 7 months at all. As far as the major beauty industry influencers, if you don't already know, what happened was someone posted a picture throwing shade at Jeffree Star, and then fans went after that person and everyone else who was in his picture. And they pulled up some really not so savory Twitter comments, retweets, or some shit like that that Laura Lee had posted, and they were definitely racist and unfavorable and bad. And basically, a bunch of them lost a shit ton of followers. Some of their careers are in the fucking shitter and all this other stuff. My thoughts on that specifically, I'm gonna keep brief because I'm not trying to make this a gossip channel and no one gives a fuck about my opinion on it anyway. My thought on it as far as Laura Lee goes is part of me really feels for her, and I feel bad for her because she was not the one that threw shade in the first place, and she just kind of became guilty by association. And the internet is a very vicious place where people will go after you because of something that someone you associate with says, and I feel bad for that happened to her. However, I don't feel bad for her that they pulled up shit that she said from 6 years ago and are going after her about how that's inappropriate. I don't feel bad for her that Ulta is dropping her contract with her with makeup brand. I think Ulta is an idiot for not going ahead and checking through all her shit ahead of time before they agreed to partner with her. Because as a multi-million-dollar business, they should have known to go through and check all her social media and make sure that they're partnering with someone that reflects the view of their company. And they didn't do that. And that's their fault, and it's also Laura Lee for not going through her own shit and checking it. I understand a lot of people change in 6 years. If I think about who I was at 21 compared to now, holy fuck. And I feel bad for her that, you know, she made these tweets and comments before she was ever on YouTube. She made these tweets in, I think, 2012, and she wasn't really on YouTube, I believe, until 2013. So I feel bad for her that something that she put on the internet before she was famous is affecting her years later. But also, as a public figure, you should go through and clean your shit up, because it's on the internet and people are trolls and people will go to the extreme and pettiness and fuck your shit up. So that's really my whole thought on that. I never really personally watched Laura Lee that much after, like, I think maybe I started watching her in probably 2015, and I stopped watching her within probably a year. I just always found her very fake and over the top. I just didn't like it. But that's my own personal opinion. If you like her, great. Her Violet Voss palette is literally one of my favorite palettes ever. And I'm not going to be one of those people that's like, I'm not going to use this palette anymore because of this controversy with her, because she's already gotten my money on that palette, and me not using it is not going to change anything. It's a good palette. No one can buy it anymore. I do really love it. I love the colors, but it is what it is. As far as the pettiness on the internet goes, I'm so glad that I am a plebeian on the internet, because I'm a plebeian in life anyway, and no one gives a fuck about what I say. But also, I think if you're putting yourself out there on the internet, you need to kind of watch what the fuck you're saying. Have some conscious effort to not say racist shit or like homophobic shit, which I know she didn't, but in general, I don't have any pants on. I watched a few people's YouTube video as far as coming forward with their truths and talking about this and that, and I watched Jeffree Star's like 3-hour-long documentary thing he did with that Shane guy, and I watched Jaclyn Hill's video, and I just want to kind of touch on all of that. So as far as that goes, I think the beauty industry for a long time coming has really had this storm brewing as far as, are influencers authentic, are influencers real, or are they just a face of a company? I have felt for a really long time, like I said prior, I haven't watched makeup gurus for a long time, because I just felt like so much of it was just pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing advertisement in a different form onto us as consumers, and it didn't promote smart consumerism. I bought quite a few products that were like boom, 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 all over YouTube when they first came out, and they fucking sucked for me. Doesn't mean they didn't suck for other people, but then I went back and I looked, and I realized some of these products, no one fucking mentions at all anymore. And that's a fucking problem for me, because if you said how much you loved it, you're obsessed with it, you use it in 6 videos, and then 6 months later you're never mentioning it again, you're never using it again, that means the product wasn't that great. And that probably tells me that you were paid to promote that product. With that being said, how it reflects to my channel, I am a plebeian aunt, so I can say whatever the fuck I want and do whatever the fuck I want, because no one gives a shit about my opinions. And I'm not saying that to gain followers or whatever. I'm just saying that because that has always been the goal of my channel, to show people how you can do a lot with your makeup with just a few products, and that you don't need thousands and thousands of dollars worth of makeup to make yourself look good. And you don't need to be a beauty guru or an expert to, I don't want to say get attention, but to get your skill noticed. And unfortunately, I think in our society, everything is like rapid fire, and everything is like so overwhelming all the time, and everyone's just out there trying to get their 15 minutes of fame, and it's kind of gross. I'd rather be known for talking about makeup and helping people who I personally know learn or grow in their skill set, or purchase a palette that they can use for years to come, and they can follow my videos to recreate looks that I make with that palette, rather than just producing videos so I can make sick amount of money and to produce mass videos just so companies can pay me and I can just have that as my life. I don't want to make YouTube my career. I do this as a hobby. I mean, right now I'm sitting against my bedroom door. So as far as that goes, my channel, I really like Jaclyn Hill's video. It was kind of long, but she touched on a bunch of things. Jaclyn Hill's video really did talk about how companies do offer her a shit ton of money. And if you ever notice, Jaclyn Hill is never on those like trips with Tarte, trip with this company, trip with that company kind of promotions. She's never in a lot of ads for stuff. She's not really pushing the same brand all the time. Kathleen Lights is another one. I really love and respect her channel as well. I just haven't been watching her lately just for no reason other than I just don't watch YouTube anymore. She's also someone that you don't see going on trips with companies and pushing just one brand all the time. I really, as smart consumers, I think you need to look at that and be like, for like this whole month, this channel really pushed Stila or Tarte or this brand or that brand. And look at those brands like Stila, for example. How often do you see people really talking about new Stila products or talking about trips with Stila and doing all this stuff with Stila or being obsessed? Everyone's obsessed with the same Stila product for a certain amount of time. It doesn't really happen. Those are companies that I try to think don't pay people to be their advertisement. And I watch the people who go along with the same fads as other YouTubers all at the same time, and they tend to say the same things in their videos that other people say about these products, and that's a trigger to you to turn on your brain and think like, is this what they're being paid to say, or is this their honest opinion? I just think as smart consumers, we really need to look into this stuff because it's very clear that these, you know, what used to be kind of like an indie form of media in YouTube and advertisement and getting thoughts and opinions on beauty out there is now very mainstream. It's sad that we have to question everyone's authenticity. I'm gonna go do some shit that I need to do, probably laundry because I'm running out of underwear. And that's about it. And if you want to discuss shit below in the comments and like tell me your opinions on, you know, what I discussed, let's have a discussion. And that's about it. Thanks for watching and thanks for supporting my channel, and I just appreciate people checking me out and supporting me in this like weird ass hobby I do where I sit in my room and talk to myself while my cat's over there licking his fucking penis. Gene! That's about it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Side note, this week at work has been so fucking weird. I had one old lady show me her titties, and not like in a like, you know, way, and like she was trying to show me her sports bra, and she like literally just lifted up her shirt and like showed me, and then while she has her shirt up, mind you, my office door is like fucking open, and so is the window in my office. She's also trying to describe me what it is, and I'm like, Barb, I see it. It's a sports bra, bralette, something, that. And then so many weird shit has happened today. The other day, a resident was like all gussied up, and I was like, "Ooh, girl, you going on a date?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh shit, really? With who? What's going on?" She goes, "With your ex-boyfriend." Laughed hysterically. Same resident. Today was in my office. She dropped some stuff on the floor, and then I was like, "Oh, make sure you pick up whatever you dropped." She's like, "Oh, I did." Today I'm leaving my office, and I just like looked where she was sitting. There's a fucking weed pipe thing on my floor, and I picked it up, and it was all black, and I was like, does this have heroin in it? And like a dumbass, I smelled it, and I was like, nah, it's pot. And then I was like, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? I'm at work. I can't be caught with a weed pipe thing. What do I do? And so, I don't know, I just panicked, and I was like, I can't leave my office with it because there's a camera outside my office. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So I just like wadded up in a bunch of paper and chucked it in the trash, and then took it outside. I don't know, old people are weird. What else happened this week with old folks that was like kind of like, what the fuck? I don't know, someone died last week and I like chilled out with his dead body for like 45 minutes. Anyway, that's about it. And I'm gonna go fucking, I don't know, do some shit, laundry, I don't know, something. Okay, bye for real. Bye, 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 bye.